Rays down, 72 to go, and 6 games to make up in the standings if Tampa Bay wants to reach its stated goal of repeating as AL East champions. Tonight, opportunity knocks once again. The division-leading Boston Red Sox arrive at the Trop as the Rays continue their 10-game gauntlet against the 2 best teams in the American League. It's an AL East showdown on Sun Sports. We welcome you to the proverbial beginning of the second half of the 2011 season. The Rays taking on the Boston Red Sox. This is a 7-game homestand with Boston visiting first, followed by the New York Yankees. And as we take a look at the American League East standings, Boston leading New York by a game and a half. The Rays are running third. They are 6 games back. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Statz. We welcome you to Tropicana Field. Great to have you looking in. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis in just a few moments. Well, the Rays know exactly where they are. Joe Madden, BA, says they're going to play them 1 game at a time, and I guess there's no other way to play them but 1 game at a time. I'll tell you, I've never had an occasion to ask you for the keys, but what are the keys for the Rays here in the second half?
Well, I have three big keys for the Rays in the second half. Number one is they're going to have to be creative on offense. I think it's quite obvious this team's not going to be able to just sit back and slug. So if they're going to find any consistency offensively, they're going to have to be creative. That's kind of what Joe Madden was talking about, that team offense concept. They're going to have to bunt, steal bases, hit and run, do the little things to try to be consistent night in and night out. And oh, by the way, it wouldn't hurt getting this guy going. He's hitting just .239 right now and has really been struggling against left-handed pitching, who he should destroy. He's hitting under 200. The second key, the starting pitching, hold serve. They had a very good first half. The Rays have 3 starters, Hellickson, Shields, and Price, that have 8 wins over 100 innings pitched. You have Jeff Neiman back now from injury. He's going to need to finish strong. I think, speaking of David Price, he's going to be very motivated to have a big second half. Shields, keep doing what you're doing. Hellickson, continue on. Wade Davis needs to come back healthy. And right here, stay healthy. That is a huge key. Look what they've done this year. First half of the season, they are tied with the Kansas City Royals for the fewest times they've used the DL, just 6 times. Evan Longoria missed a little bit of time. JACOBY's on there now. We talked about Jeff Neiman has come back. Wade Davis needs to come back, so they need to stay healthy. If they want to make a big second half run, they're going to need all their players to be able to do that.
And it begins here tonight with the first game of this series against Boston. The Coventry Healthcare pitching matchup. Speaking of staying healthy, it will be the left-hander Andrew Miller on the hill for Boston. David Price looking for win number 9 on the mound for the Rays. Rays baseball just moments away from Tropicana Field.
At a field tonight, when you look into the upper bowl, you can see it's going to be a big Friday evening crowd. We could have big crowds all the way through this homestand with the Red Sox in town for 3, then the Yankees in town for 4. Let's take a look at what the Rays had, not only ahead in this homestand, but all the way through the rest of this second half of the season. In our Toyota trend, you'll see 13 games against Boston, 13 games against New York, 16 total against Toronto and Baltimore, 11 against the Central, and 19 against the West. So more games against Boston and New York individually than the whole AL Central. And the Rays are ready to kick off the second half by going head-to-head with the top 2 in the division.
We played all right in the first half. You know, we had our pitching, we had the defense, you know, but offense went cold on us quite a bit. And our base running, you know, we ran into some crazy outs so far in this first half. But, you know, we're a very good team. We know that. You know, if we believe in ourselves, we'll be just fine.
Have the teams that we're headhunting right now, and right out the gates, the Red Sox and Yankees. I mean, it's you know, we wouldn't want to head the other way.
You know, it gives us an opportunity to play catch up right away. You know, if we play well, like we finished the year at home, you know, we're going to have a good opportunity to be right in the race, right when we want to be.
Our GEICO quotes of the game from Johnny Damon, Evan Longoria, and James Shields. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go for the first pitch between the Rays and the Red Sox. Should be a fun night. Enjoy it all in high definition with Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson next.
Sox opening this 3-game series. Here's a quick look at the starting lineup for Boston. JACOBY ELLSBURY leads it off, followed by Justin Pedroia and Adrian Gonzalez. Kevin Youkilis hits cleanup in front of the DH David Ortiz. Darnell McDonald is in right. Jared Saltalamacchia will do the catching. Yamaiko Navarro is in left field tonight, hitting 8th, and Marco Scutaro, the shortstop, bats 9th.
Left-handed David Price making his 20th start of the season for the Rays.
And here's ELLSBURY, the first pitch from Price, and that's a strike called as ELLSBURY's short on the bat. Strike 1.
And you see the season numbers on David Price, looking to improve on those in the second half. I think you're going to find a very motivated pitcher here the last couple months of this season.
5th leading hitter in the American League, ELLSBURY. A little late trying to catch up to the fastball, and the count is 0-2. The Red Sox hitting .278 as a team, and their lineup filled with production. keyed by that man right there, Adrian Gonzalez, who's hitting third in their lineup.
Now you look at this lineup. You're right, Dwayne. I mean, the production, Major League Baseball, all of Major League Baseball, they leave an average on-base percentage, runs, doubles, walks. I mean, you're putting up that kind of production. You're number one in the game.
Chop out to second. Sean Rodriguez with an underhanded toss. That takes care of the speedy Ellsbury.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Full, DJ Upton, and Ben Zobrist. Across the infield, third to first, Evan Longoria, Elliott Johnson, Sean Rodriguez, and Casey Kochman. Kelly Shopik behind the plate. Tonight's Rays defense is brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of The Sweet Spot.
Now Dustin Pedroia. He's hitting .284, but he leads the major leagues in hitting against left-handed pitching. He's hitting .394 against lefties. And he's riding a 12-game hitting streak right now. 2 balls, no strikes. David Price, 8 and 7. It's a strike on the outer part of the plate. Mike DeMuro is calling the balls and strikes. There he is. He wears number 16. That's the number his father Lou wore when he was a major league umpire. A 20-year plus span starting in the early 60s. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Crew chief is Jim Reynolds. Chad Fairchild's at second, and Andy Fletcher umpiring at third. 2-2. And a soft liner over third. Fair inside the left field line. Pedroia's going to go for 2, and a good throw will get him. He runs into the out at second base. Gold got over there quickly, and as he does so often with that great footwork, he was in a position to throw, and throw he did, catching Pedroia red-handed out there trying to stretch it into a double.
Well, here's our Home Depot doing more on defense. Dustin Pedroia does not hit this ball hard. That's why he thinks he can go for 2. But Sam Fuld, he has shown it all year long from his outfield position. He gets to the ball, and when he gets there, he gets rid of it quickly. Tremendous footwork, the spin, the throw, accurate in plenty of time. Well, you can't do it much better than that.
Now here's Gonzalez. The pitch is high, a ball and no strikes. So a base hit for Pedroia, and he's thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Gonzalez fouls it the other way. The count is 1-1. Well, Adrian Gonzalez leading the American League in hitting at .354. He's hitting over .300 against left-handed pitching. And a ground ball to first, grabbed by Kochman, tossed to Price. He's there in time to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. Bottom of the first coming, Rays coming in to hit. score. Johnny Damon's going to lead off again tonight for the Rays. Ben Zobrist in right. Evan Longoria hits third. B.J. Upton in center field. Sean Rodriguez at second base in front of the first baseman Casey Kochman. Kelly Shoppick, Elliott Johnson, and Sam Bold. 7, 8, 9 in the Rays lineup. Here's Damon stepping in against the left-hander, Andrew Miller. First pitch is high. Damon batting .279 as you look at the numbers on Miller.
Miller called up on June the 19th. This is his 5th start.
He throws a strike. It's 1-1.
You see the numbers in those 4 starts he's made already. The 3 wins coming in his last 3 starts.
Johnny, a good look at a pitch off the plate end. .279 for the year, as we mentioned, and .269 against left-handed pitching for Johnny Damon. Even the count, 2-2.
Well, Johnny Damon should have a pretty good idea too with Andrew Miller out there against left-handers. Andrew Miller sticks mainly with the fastball, curveball. Will mix in the changeup to the righties.
And a little looper into left, out from shortstop, and then Scudero making the grab. Marco Scudero, a very nice play for Boston. So he retreated into shallow left field, and with the outstretched glove made the grab.
Yeah, Scudero showing a good burst right here. It seems like we see Johnny Damon get these kind of hits all the time. But this one, Scudero just not letting fall in. He got a real good jump and good explosion. Closing speed makes a nice catch.
And I'll give him a 9.7 on the roll. Here is Ben Zobrist. Ben's hitting .269. Short's on the bat, and the pitch is low. Well, the Rays will see the Red Sox and the Yankees over a third of the time the rest of the year. Over 36% of the Rays schedule will be played against these 2 clubs. 2-0. 26 out of 72 games left, counting this one.
Well, if you want to make up ground, that's the quickest way to do it. Face the teams ahead of you.
Strike call. 2-1. Andrew Miller's out of Gainesville. He was born there. Went to school at the University of North Carolina. Hot shot, that's foul down toward the bullpen. Count 2-2. Into the screen. In fact, back in the Devil Rays years, Miller was drafted by the Rays. He was a 3rd round pick out of high school, wound up, as we mentioned, going to college. .3-2 the count now to Zobrist. And ball 4. The Rays have a base runner.
Well, let's take a look at the Red Sox defense as it lines up behind Miller, left to right in the outfield. JACOBY, Navarro, JACOBY, ELLSBURY, and Darnell McDonald across the infield, 3rd to 1st. Kevin Youkilis, Marco Scudero, Dustin Pedroia, and Adrian Gonzalez. Jared Saltalamacchia behind the plate. Tonight's Red Sox defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the Sweet Spot.
Here's Evan Longoria. It's down and in. Miller, originally drafted by the Detroit Tigers 6th player picked in the June 2006 draft by the Tigers. Involved in the big deal between the Marlins and the Tigers. Stays wide. 2-0. There's that Miguel Cabrera trade, Dontrell Willis trade he was involved in.
A lot of players involved in that, going from Detroit down to the Marlins. Ended up signing here with the Red Sox as a minor league free agent.
Foul ball back. He had a good cut at the fastball. It's 2-1.
Now that's what you want to do with a pitcher like Andrew Miller. Throws the limited repertoire, just 3 pitches, fastball, curveball, changeup. Try to work at bats, work counts, try to get him into predictable counts so you can eliminate pitches, and he will walk you. He just 22 plus innings. 22 plus innings here in his 4 starts with the Red Sox, but 11 walks, so he's already walked Ben Zobrist. Try to be patient.
Yeah, he's right around average, maybe a little below with his control. And his secondary pitches, the breaking stuff, he's significantly down in terms of throwing strikes with his breaking stuff. The count goes to 3-2. '18 and 26 with a .568 earned on average for his career, but .357 through 4 starts with Boston. And there's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Evan heads to first. Ben Zobrist moved into second. 2 men on here. Saltalamacchia to the mound. Have a little conversation. And that's going to bring B.J. Upton to the plate. B.J. having a very good month. He got to the All-Star break, leading the team in home runs and runs batted in and stolen bases.
He can continue to work on that average. I mean, this is the most consistent B.J. Upton has been offensively, well, anytime I can remember. Putting together a nice stretch.
He takes the pitch, and that's a strike, a fastball to begin. Well, the Rays with an opportunity here in the first inning, and that has been a problem for Miller. If you're going to get him, the first inning's a pretty good spot. Out in front of the changeup. He throws the changeup for strikes more than any other pitch he throws.
Well, if you have that kind of arm speed, you don't have to have that big down action. You're going to get a lot of swings. That's exactly what he got there from B.J. Upton. He sells the changeup well.
Pitch in on him, and he fouls it back. B.J. does have a career home run. He had a first pitch fastball off him when Miller was a member of the Florida Marlins. That was back in June of '09.
That's always dangerous. The first pitch fastball into a guy who hunts fastballs.
B.J. down 2 strikes right now. And he got a little piece of that one to stay alive, and he threw him another changeup there ahead in the count.
Well, right now he's trying to back and forth B.J. Upton. Changeup, then fastball in, then come back with the changeup. Try to slow a guy down, speed him up, slow him back down, just try to get him out of rhythm, out of sync. It's the name of the game in pitching.
Down and in he goes. 1 ball and 2 strikes, a curveball. Yeah, he's just a little over 50% strikes with the curveball.
He's just barely a little over 50% strikes here in the first inning.
One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Upton. And he pops it up, foul ball. Saltalamacchia is after it and will not make the play. Saltalamacchia up against the screen, and so is that foul ball. So that's no play. The count holds at a ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, not really sure if that ball ever got to the glove or hit the screen. You see Saltalamacchia follows it all the way back. He just never got to it. He had an opportunity to catch it. He had to reach back to the right for that. Never got it there. Never got the glove over to the ball.
BJ lines a base hit into center. Zobrist, big waved around, and the ball bobbled by ELLSBURY. The run scores without a play, and the Rays lead 1-0. An RBI single for Upton. Foley was sending Zobrist all the way on the base hit into center by B.J. Upton.
You know, B.J. put together a nice at-bat right there. Got a second life after the pop-up, not able to be handled by Saltalamacchia, and then gets a pitch out over the plate and goes right back up the middle, continuing his hot hitting here in the month of July. The Rays strike first.
Well, this inning set up by the 2 walks. And Miller's earned run average overall, as we mentioned, 357, but in the first inning, it's 675. So the Rays have cashed in for 1. Sean Rodriguez pops it up off speed on the infield fly, caught by Gonzalez. Two gone. His last 3 of his 4 outings against Baltimore, Houston, and Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh playing pretty good baseball, but Houston, Baltimore on a slide, and you see the walks, more than willing. In fact, 4 walks in his most recent outing in just 5 innings.
Now Casey Kochman. Casey takes it too low. Kochman with that 336 average, still not enough plate appearances to be listed among the American League leaders, but he's just 10 plate appearances short of that right now. It's a strike at the knees. 1-1.
This fastball here, very similar to the first pitch. This one gets the call.
And that's a strike. 1-2.
Just keep moving it along the bottom of that strike zone. 1-2, but Casey Kochman, who's shown an ability to hit with 2 strikes, no fear.
Well, here's the 30th pitch of this inning. Kochman fouls it into the screen, a fastball to stay alive. Rays have converted 1 of the walks into a run. Fouls this one out of play.
I'll tell you where that pitch count starts to become significant is the fact that, you know, he's basically been a 5 or 6 inning pitcher in his 4 starts with Boston. Even down in the minor leagues, you know, right around 5, 6 inning type of pitcher. You start running up a 35 pitch count in the first, and boy, that's, you got a chance to get into that Boston bullpen very early.
1-2. Kochman takes it down. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, and you'd like to do nothing more than that on the first game of a series here.
Yep.
Where you figure every game's going to be a dogfight. try to wear down that bullpen right from the first night on.
And a shot's going to be foul down toward the Rays bullpen. A 2-2 count to Casey Kochman. Longoria on second, Upton at first. Kochman fouls another one. A fastball that's going to be out of play. So Casey getting down 0-2 has extended this to an 8-pitch at bat. And has even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, all these left-handed hitters coming up against Miller, you know it's going to be fastball, curveball. Has not thrown a changeup. Not to say that he won't, but he hasn't up to this point in his 4 starts in the big leagues thrown a changeup lefty on lefty.
And lefties are hitting over 300 off him in those starts. 313.
Look for fastball, react to curve.
And a ground ball, 1 hop, flagged down by Pedroia. The toss to Scudero at shortstop for the force, and the Rays settle for a run, leading 1-0. Part of Auto Nation, the largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. Tires Plus, the plus is in everything we do. Coventry Healthcare of Florida, lighting the way to better health. And by Sonic, right now at Sonic, you can get your hands on 4 new premium beef hot dogs, now just $1.99 each. From Tropicana Field tonight, first game of the homestand. Boston in for 3 and then New York for 4. Kevin Youkilis begins the second. The first pitch is a strike from David Price. Youkilis hitting .285. 330 off lefties. It's out of play. 2 strikes. Pitch was up. He started to go, but did not offer, says Jim Reynolds. It's 1-2. For the Rays, 6 games back. That's a season's high in terms of being out of first place. Strike 3 call. Youkilis out number 1.
I'll tell you what, you really can't dial up a better backdoor cutter than what David Price just threw. Watch this thing. Just a little bit of cut, had good velocity on it, but that's exactly what you want out of that pitch. Youkilis gives up on it. He thinks it's a fastball off the plate away. He's able to cut just enough that he gets the call.
So they're talking about that cutter in the dugout. Youkilis over there on the railing. There's David Ortiz. He lines it into left field. Fold is there to make the catch. Sam started to charge that one and realized that it was charging him, and he made the catch. 2 gone. Right now, let's check in with Todd.
Well, Dwayne, during the All-Star break, the Rays made a couple of roster moves. They had a roster of 24 going into the break with Brandon Geyer sent down. So they add 2 and put John JACOBY on the disabled list. JACOBY said he started to feel it in Minnesota on the last road trip, and it really started to bother him in New York. So Jose Lobaton is back. He's recalled from AAA Durham. And Jake McGee is also back. McGee had good numbers at AAA. Those are the Rays roster moves heading into tonight's game. Gentlemen?
2 gone. There's McDonald at the plate. The pitch is a strike. Darnell McDonald playing right field. Base is empty with 2 gone. One and one the count. Opening game of the series. Matching 2 lefties, David Price and Andrew Miller. 2-2.
It'll be interesting to see if David Price continues to attack this Boston lineup with the fastball. You remember the first go around when he started against Boston here, had 5 walks in 5 innings. Really abandoned that fastball early in the game, went to more off speed, didn't work out so well.
There's a shot into left field. Fold is going to go back, and that will get out of here. McDonald belts a home run. A 2-2 fastball. And Darnell McDonald hits his 3rd home run of the year to tie the game 1-1.
Now you wonder why you see Darnell McDonald's numbers on the season hitting 143. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Well, why is he playing against David Price? Well, he's got good numbers off David Price, and he continues to get it done. This fastball just missing location, wants it away. That ball ends up 4-seam middle. You see Shopik reaching back for it, never gets there because Darnell McDonald put a hurting on it.
Salta Lamakia taking a big cut. And he misses the fastball for a strike. Well, the Rays with a run in the first, and on one swing of the bat, the Red Sox have a run in the 2nd inning. 1-1. The 12th home run given up by David Price, and 11 of those have been from right-handed hitters. Curtis Granderson, the only lefty to homer off Price this year. 2-1.
You know, it's pretty amazing. He's only given up 2 to left-handed hitters in his career.
Yep. Chase Utley, the other one. There's strike 2 call, squaring the count. Take it full. He let the fastball fly, and it was up and away. And ball 4. So full count walk follows the home run.
Well, this is a good move here by David Price, just taking a little walk, regroup a little bit. Gets the 2 quick outs in the inning, then gives up the home run to McDonald. Loses Salta Lamakia. Want to rush right back into it, take a walk, clear your head, and finish off this inning.
Pitch to Navarro. Yamaiko Navarro is low. Well, they're in the top of the second in Toronto, the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays on a first inning run. That game is now tied. Nunez for the Yankees driving in a run in the second. It's 1-1. There's a strike. Fastball. Here we're in the second inning. The Rays with a run in the first and Boston a run in the second inning. A ball, 2 strikes. That's looked like a changeup, the first one of the night.
That was a changeup, and that may have been the best one he's thrown all year. He really sold out on this. Good arm speed. That's something that he's struggled with a little bit with that changeup, because the arm speed isn't always there, slowing the body up. That one, I'll tell you what, bottle that up, have that for the rest of the year, be a different story. It's a great pitch.
The foul ball. That's a pitch that he should take the video on a loop and play himself to sleep watching the delivery on that changeup, because he had exactly the arm speed on that he has on the fastball.
Well, that's funny. Maybe as soon as he threw it, I looked over at you and you looked at me like, I think that was a change. Usually they're pretty easy to tell, but that one looked just like the fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes now.
That's a pitch that he's been hurt on a couple of times.
I'll tell you, if he throws that changeup like that, I mean, he was a 19-game winner last year, and it's tough to win 19 games. I don't care in what league they're pitching. There's a strike call. But if he can throw that off-speed pitch like that, he's going to win a lot of games. 1-1 ball game, mid-2.
Well, in tonight's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
Kelly Shopik will open the home half of the second inning for the Rays. Facing left-hander Andrew Miller. And a fastball off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Shopik at 168 for the year. 227 against lefties. And a ground ball foul outside of third. It's 1-1. Shopik started his career with the Red Sox. Came up through their system and got to the big leagues for 15 at-bats in 2005. And the next year found himself in Cleveland. ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is outside. 2-2. Shopick with his stance open. And a liner. That's going to be a base hit up the right side. He hit a changeup off the end of the bat and has a base hit. So Shopick is aboard to open the inning.
Now here's the pitch. This ball up and away, and Shopick just reaching for it. Gets it right off the cup end of the bat. You can see his eyes. He wasn't even sure where he hit it. Finds it and just gets it out of the grasp of Adrian Gonzalez, who just can't get there in time. He drops it in for a leadoff single.
Now Elliott Johnson in there, switch hitting infielder. And he pushes the bunt foul. And out of the reach of Gonzalez. Strike one. 1-1 ball game. The Rays scored in the first, taking advantage of a couple walks.
Who is that guy standing next to Joe Madden? I made a couple of moves, but Todd hasn't told us about anything about a new bench coach.
The bench coach made a big move all by himself.
Yes, he did.
Pitch is low. 1-1. Well, he just got tired of carrying all that extra weight around of that beard. And so he's tightened it up a little bit.
Yes, he has, and he's lost about 10 years. My goodness.
One and one the count. 2 balls and a strike. Davey Martinez now has that the future managerial look again.
Yeah, right.
Rays bench coach.
For the first time all year, he looks like he takes the game seriously.
And a bunt. He missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You see at the very end there, Elliott Johnson kind of jabs at that ball. So many times when you jab like that, you either miss it or pop it up. You want to almost catch that ball, let the ball come right into the bat, not push out so late.
Well, this is one of those situations that you referenced at the outset. You know, it's not a glamorous thing that he's trying to do here, but for the Rays, trying to bunt is a very important part of their offense right now.
I would say that in the second half of the season, if you want to build consistency offensively, bunting is going to become a glamour part of the offense. You're not going to be able to sit back and slug. They're going to have to get those, little things, those little things of the game executed properly.
And he draws the walk. It's 3 walks issued by Miller.
You know, you applaud Elliott Johnson for taking the walk there, but the bottom line was his job was to get a bunt down. You'll take the walk, but you're not always going to be handed that walk after you miss the bunt a couple of times.
So the Rays will try to take advantage of Miller's inability to throw strikes. Sam Fold will be up here.
Well, these are the other opportunities that you talk about with the Rays offense. You've got to take advantage of a pitcher who's handing you base runners.
Yep. Euclid in a step or 2 in third, and Fold puts down a bunt foul. Grabbed by Euclid, strike 1. Now, if you're down, if you're at the lower end of the order, or sometimes at the top end of the order, you've got to bunt. You've got to be able to bunt.
Yeah, and Elliott Johnson, Sam Fold, the 2 guys that you would love to try to bunt. Right there, Sam Fold set the angle, but he didn't get the bat out in front of home plate. set the angle deep, caught the ball deep, and wasn't able to keep it fair. You want to set that angle with the bat and then get it out in front of home plate so you can keep it fair.
And he puts down the bunt. Down to second, safe, and everybody's going to be safe. Saltalamacchia first looked to third. It was uncovered. So then he went to second. And by the time he did that, Johnson beat the play in, and the Rays have the bases loaded with nobody out.
Well, Jared Saltalamacchia just had a brain cramp here. He pops out nicely and barehands this bunt right away. Looks to third, Euclid's not there. Then sets himself and fires to second. It was not even close. Elliot Johnson, watch how close Elliot is by the time this ball's let go by Saltalamacchia. No chance of getting him.
So the bases are going to be loaded. We're going to call that a sacrifice and a fielder's choice, and let the other people making those calls sort that out. There you go. Now they've recognized it as the sacrifice and a fielder's choice as well. So the bases are loaded. Kurt Young, the pitching coach, spending a little time on the mound, and boy, the Rays are in a position here to cash in on the base hit, the walk, and then that little hesitation by Saltalamacchia. And here's Johnny Damon with the bases loaded. Outside, and it's blocked by Saltalamacchia. How about this? Miller is about to make his 50th pitch of the night. We're in the second inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Damon fouls the fastball back. 1-1. Johnny made a bid for a looping base hit his first time, but Scudero motored out there from shortstop into shallow left and made a nice play. Damon swings and misses.
Well, that was a good breaking ball there by Andrew Miller. Very sharp. See him get out in front on that. Good block there by Saltalamacchia.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Saltalamacchia there. His body angle was good. Got down to block it, keep it in front of him. The 1-2. And a broken back ground ball second. Throw to the plate is in time. Pedroia gets the force on Shopik. The barrel into the bat wound up toward first base. One out, base is still loaded.
Well, Pedroia comes up with this. You see Shopik down at third. He freezes on the line drive. Not sure if it's going to make it all the way to Pedroia, so by the time he does start down the line, it makes it a very easy exchange. Pedroia to Saltalamacchia to pick up the first out of the inning.
Now Ben Zobrist. And has scored the run for the Rays. And he shoots it into left field. Pretty well hit. Navarro back, and it is gone. Grand slam home run for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist jumps on the first pitch. Hits his 11th home run of the year. And the Rays take a 5-1 lead. Zobrist, a line drive home run for the grand slam.
Now, a first pitch changeup to Zobrist. He gets out in front on it, but you see the head is down, kept the hands back enough. Really juiced that ball with a lot of upper body.
Here's Evan Longoria, and he hits a fly ball to left. That's going to be caught by Navarro for the out. So Ben Zobrist with one swing of the bat gives the Rays a 4-run lead.
Well, Ben Zobrist, he's such a good fastball hitter that Miller elects to go first pitch changeup, and he got the lower half of Ben Zobrist started, but Ben kept the hands back and was able to get enough on it to just get it into the first row.
His 5th career grand slam. Pitch to B.J. Upton is wide. 1 ball and no strikes. The last grand slam came in June of '09 against Kansas City off right-hander Brian Bannister. And he hits this one off Andrew Miller. B.J. looks at a strike. 2-1. B.J. misses that pitch. Change up, and it's 2-2. B.J. chops it to third, fair, even with the bag, and Youkilis makes the throw to Gonzalez to retire the Rays. But they come up with a big inning. 4 runs on one swing of the bat from Ben Zobrist with the grand slam home run. The Rays lead 5-1. Of the year hit by the Rays as Ben Zobrist lowers the boom, and we go to the 3rd with Marco Scutaro in the batter's box now for Boston. David Price delivers a strike on the first pitch. One and one. Scutaro, then the top of the order, ELLSBURY and Pedroia. Strike 2. Price touch for the home run by McDonald in the 2nd. And that pitch pretty close.
Oh, that was strike 3. I mean, that was perfect. Change up away and then come with the fastball in. This is out over the plate, no doubt about it. Wow.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. He comes back with a changeup that one a little harder than the other one earlier in that sequence.
Yeah, you know, with David Price, obviously with the changeup, you want it to be softer. With Price, you want the changeup to be a little bit harder. 82, he doesn't have the good arm action. He's around 84, 85 with it. He's really selling it with the arm action with the body. And he sold Scudero on fastball. That is a perfect changeup. Two of the top three we've seen from David Price all season have been in this ball game so far.
Yeah, that's a big step in the right direction with this young, talented left-hander, David Price. ELLSBURY takes a fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. Red Sox come in here riding a 6-game winning streak before the All-Star break. They have the best record in the American League at 55-35. There's the strike. It's 1-2.
Good curveball here by David, bringing that pitch out the second time through.
Two balls, two strikes. Well, that's I think the one thing that we have not seen in the first half from Price, who, as we all know, has a great arm, but he has not had great command, great consistency of his breaking ball or the changeup. And we've seen some good signs of that here tonight in the opening innings of this game.
Yeah, I think that's one of the areas that he needs to improve on is the secondary pitches. So often with his breaking balls, if you don't have the velocity to go along with it, you're not really sure fastball or slider. They sort of blend together.
There's a high fly ball back into deep right off a fastball, and that's going to get out of here. JACOBY ELLSBURY becomes only the third left-handed hitter ever to hit a home run off David Price, the second one this year. ELLSBURY joins Curtis Granderson among left-handed hitters to belt one out against Price, and now it's 5-2.
Now this pitch just stays middle, starts to run back in, right into the swing of ELLSBURY. David Price supplies all the power. Just get the barrel of the bat there and get good carry, and it gets out.
Dustin Pedroia takes a fastball for a ball. Well, the home run by McDonald came off a fastball, and this one a fastball hit out by ELLSBURY. His 12th home run. 2-0 the count. Upstairs, 3-0.
Well, this is exactly what happened after the Darnell McDonald home run. Ended up walking Saltalamacchia, the next hitter, trying to overthrow. That's exactly what he's done here with Pedroia. 3 fastballs he's really let fly, and not with the good command.
That's going to be a strike. 3-1. Cut to miss. Mid-90s fastball, and the count is full.
That's the one nice thing about having a dominant fastball is you can put yourself into some tough counts and pitch your way out of it. Just on pure stuff.
High fly ball up the right side. Zobrist into foul territory is there and makes the catch. That's a nice catch by Zobrist. He covered a lot of ground.
He did. Almost overran it, but was able to right himself and pick up the second out here. Well, tonight's game is available in Spanish via SAP, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
Now Adrian Gonzalez steps in. Gonzalez out on a ground ball to first, his first time, and he cues that one toward the dugout, third base side, strike one. Pitch is high. 1-1. Red Sox have been very hot, as we mentioned, with a 6-game winning streak, and they've gone 9-1 in the month of July. Gonzalez with a good look takes it down. It's 2-1. Well, this is hot right there.
That's ridiculous. I mean, leads the American League in all of those categories. The RBI, hits, average.
Count goes to 2-2. He missed the fastball. Yeah, with him, it's a surprise if he doesn't get a hit.
Well, he, saw him earlier in the year. He puts a good at bat on you almost every time up. Makes solid contact. Never really gives an at bat away. Always has a plan and is disciplined enough to stick to it.
And a swing and a foul tip strikeout. Gonzalez strikes out to retire the side. Bottom of the third coming. The Rays lead 5-2.
Bottom half of the third inning. Look who's here, guys. Brittany, the Bluebell country girl. What brings you to the Rays Red Sox game?
Well, nothing goes better than Bluebell ice cream and American baseball.
That is good, guys. July is National Ice Cream Month, so what is Bluebell doing for the month?
We put out a new flavor for National Ice Cream Month, and it is our dessert trio.
Nice.
It's vanilla ice cream with chocolate-covered cake pieces, chocolate chip cookies, pecan brownies, and a chocolate swirl. It is awesome.
Wow, this is what makes Bluebell special? The half gallon, I think, is.
We're still a true half gallon. We haven't shrunk our carton. We're still true to the value. We use the freshest and finest ingredients, and only Bluebell employees can do our ice cream from when it's made all the way to the grocery store.
So dessert trio, as we have a ball sent into right center field, and ELLSBURY makes the play for the first out. So dessert trio is the monthly ice cream, but what's the most popular?
Homemade vanilla, our #1 bestseller. Tastes just like that hand-cranked ice cream.
Well, Brittany, before we let you go, tell us again, dessert trio, what's in it?
Dessert trio's vanilla ice cream with chocolate-covered cake pieces, pecan brownie pieces, chocolate chip cookie pieces, and a chocolate swirl.
Guys, you ready for this?
Oh, we're ready.
Okay, half gallon's worth.
Yep, and we know Brittany's she's from Texas A&M, right?
Yeah, Texas A&M. They're saying right on the broadcast, you're from Texas A&M.
I am.
Yeah.
Gig 'em Aggies.
Yeah, it's a big gig 'em right back to
We
her.
love Texas, and we're happy to be in Tampa, and I love Tampa.
Yeah.
And I like watching the Tampa Rays. They're awesome.
Tampa Bay Rays love you guys back at Bluebell, and St. Pete loves you as well. Brittany, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Dwayne, back to you.
All right, well, Bluebell's just the best.
Not a love going on out there.
Oh, that's
Goodness.
Good ice cream.
It's great ice cream.
Yeah.
You know, we used to go play the Astros when I was with the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
The boys would have a half gallon of Bluebell mint chocolate chip and the cones waiting for me when I got in for those 3 games because I would wear them out.
There's a strike to Kochman. It's 2-1.
In fact, we went back this year. It's the same crew down there.
Yeah.
And I came walking in, and they said, "Hey, listen, your Bluebell's still waiting for you." I'm like, those days of me going into the food room and helping myself are over.
Yeah, but if you get a chance to grab some Bluebell ice cream, I mean, that's justified no matter where you are, what the circumstances are.
Yeah.
You're going for it. 2-2 the count. Todd's going to be walking around with all that Bluebell ice cream for the rest of the night. We won't hear from him.
No, and he'll be puffy tomorrow.
2-2. There's a chopper up the middle and a base hit into center field. So Kochman is aboard. Casey 1 for 2. The Rays have a 1-out base runner. Look at Kelly Shopik to the plate. Shopik takes the pitch high. 1 ball and no strikes. A ball, no strikes, the count. Two and nothing. Kochman at first. 1 on, 1 out. The Rays with a run in the first and 4 runs in the second on the grand slam by Ben Zobrist. Now it's 3-0. So Miller continues to battle with his command. He's made 70 pitches in 2 1/3 innings so far.
Well, he set that pace in the first inning and has not let up.
Three and 1. I tell you, Kelly Shopik is from Fort Worth, Texas. He's a guy who knows something about Bluebell ice cream. He knows a thing or two about that. He takes a strike.
All 3.
Yeah, full count. I mean, take a look at this 3-1 pitch. He thought he'd drawn the walk.
Well, he ball up and away.
So far, DeMuro likes pitches up, but not pitches down so much.
And he also likes if you hit the same spot twice, he'll give it to you the second time around.
3-2 and a foul ball back. That fastball that Shopik had a good cut.
Yeah, I really like Kelly Shopik's 2-strike approach where he cuts down on his swing and tries to hit the ball the other way. Or not. I mean, he has no 2-strike. He has 1 swing. That's it. 1 swing. And if he runs into one, it goes a long way.
Here we go, 3-2. Upstairs, and he walks this time. Men at first and second with 1 out. 4 walks issued now by Miller.
Well, tonight's game is brought to you in part by GEICO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com today.
Elliott Johnson. Johnson takes a big cut at that high fastball and missed it. Strike one. Elliott Johnson's taking a 2-strike approach there with that same stroke that Kelly Shopik had. A big old cut. There's one deep down the left field line. Will that ball be fair? That's a foul ball. Well, he got a breaking ball, and he almost kept it fair. That had home run distance on it.
Yeah, he caught a curveball breaking down and in and just caught it perfectly. That ball is launched. Trying to wish that ball fair.
So an 0-2 count. An extended conversation there, DeMuro and Johnson. I don't know what that could be about. There's a liner into center field. ELLSBURY's there to make the catch, and the runners return to first and second. 2 outs. Alfredo Aceves has gotten up in the bullpen for Boston down the left field line here tonight. He's done a nice job for Boston.
He's done a little bit of everything. Out of the bullpen, had to step into the starting rotation for a time.
Well, here's Sam Fuld. Fuld sacrificed his first time, reached on a fielder's choice and scored on the Zobrist grand slam. Pitch is a strike. Rays have 5 runs, 4 hits. Boston 2 runs, 3 hits. That's low. 2 balls and a strike. Line drive. That's a base hit into right. McDonald up with it. They're going to wave Kochman to the plate, and the throw is not in time. Kochman scores the 6th run of the night for the Rays. It's 6-2. An RBI single for Sam Fuld with Shopik stopping at second.
Now fastball, middle in, Fuld, short, quick swing, hits a line drive, gets it right over the head of Pedroia. Obviously, with 2 outs, Kochman, he's going to try to score, hustling the whole way. This ball gets cut and then relayed, but the slide there by Kochman, he avoids the tag, gets to the outside, the back edge of home plate. Nice slide with the lean away. And
Johnny Damon takes a pitch inside. 1-0. Run in the first, 4 in the second, another run in the third for the Rays. 2-0. Inside, a 3-0 count. Well, Ben Zobrist is on deck. Could he come up with the bases loaded for the second consecutive inning? A 3-0 count to Damon. And that is ball 4. The bases will be loaded for Ben Zobrist. Shopik to third, full to second. Damon draws the walk. So they're loaded, and that's going to be it for Andrew Miller. Terry Francona out. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. After 2 2/3, he made 85 pitches. Gave up 6 runs, responsible for 3 on as he leaves. 5 hits and 5 walks.
Oh, the 5 walks is what really hurt Andrew Miller. Too many opportunities for the Rays out of the game early, and that brings on Alfredo Aceves.
And
25th time.
Ben Zobrist in here. The first pitch from Aceves is down and in. A fastball. And here's the grand slam. Here's Zobrist off Miller.
Now changeup, kept the hands back, hit it hard enough to get it out. Grand slam number 1. Now can he get the grand slam from the other side of the plate?
5 grand slams in his career. That's a club record. He had been tied with Carlos Pena. And a swing and a miss. 1-1.
A good changeup here by Aceves. Way out in front.
And a little tap foul. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. The Rays have a run home in the inning. The bases are loaded. 2 outs. And hit the grand slam in the second inning as a right-handed hitter. Batting left-handed against the right-hander is Aceves right now. The pitch is tap foul. The only player to hit grand slams from both sides of the plate in the same game would be Bill Miller, the former infielder, and that was for the Red Sox versus Texas. It was in 2003. The 1-2. Now it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Zobrist had an opportunity to equal that feat. Up with the bases loaded for the second consecutive inning. Miller out of the game as Sevy's in there. The 2-2. Ball 3 is inside. A fastball that ran in and off the plate.
Well, Ben Zobrist, who has a very good eye at the plate, this fastball in, he recognizes in, doesn't go after it, gets to a full count here.
3-2 with them loaded. And the Sevy steps back. Rays have a run, 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning. 3-2 the count to Ben Zobrist with the bases loaded. And ball 4 is down and in, and the Rays get another run, drawing their 6th walk of the night. Chopic crosses the plate. Full to third, Damon up to second. And RBI number 5 on the night for Ben Zobrist. This one comes on a bases loaded walk.
Well, here it is. He comes with a full count split. And that out of his hand was clearly a ball. Zobrist takes it. The Rays played another run.
7-2. Here's Evan Longoria. And he takes the pitch for a strike, an opening fastball. The run charge to Miller. It's a foul out of play. Longoria reaching for that pitch a bit. 2 strikes. A foul ball back off the base of the stands, holding the count at 2 strikes. Now the delivery and a ground ball to second. Pedroia up with it. The toss to first in time to retire the side. Rays sent 8 men to the plate, add 2, and lead 7-2. Night, Rays and the Red Sox. Just a reminder, the official newspaper of the Rays is the St. Petersburg Times. Here's Kevin Youkilis. He takes the pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Youkilis, Ortiz, and McDonald due up for Terry Francona's club. It's a 2-1 count right now. Ortiz handed a 4-game suspension today. He's appealing that for the fracas they had with Baltimore. 2-2 the count. Ground ball, diving stop by Longoria, but he can't come up with it. And that's going to be a base hit for Youkilis. Sharply hit. So Youkilis is aboard with a single. And that's going to bring up Big Papi, David Ortiz. And this is what came of that little fracas there. There were 3 pitches that were close to him. And then he took a big cut 3-0 and popped it up. And Greg and Ortiz had words and tried to do a little dance.
They did. You know, I gotta hope that Kevin Gregg watches the film of that fracas and realizes next time you get charged by a guy like that, you got to throw the glove off. He was trying to throw the punches and defend himself with his glove still on.
A long foul up the right side, out of play, and the count is 1-1. So fines and suspensions were handed out.
See, I know you gotta. He never takes the glove off. I know there's not a whole lot of time to think, but you got to free up that left hand. In fact, that's the hand you should be swinging with.
Fastball high. It's 2-1. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. 2-2. Well, it could get interesting because they go to Baltimore on the backside of this road trip after the stop here against the Rays. Ortiz, did he go? Yes, he did. He's out on strikes, and Andy Fletcher said so. So Ortiz tried to check, but could not.
Yeah, a little too whippy with the bat here in the fastball down and away. Tries to hold up there, but just got it started too aggressively.
Darnell McDonald. Pitch is high. McDonald hit a fastball out to left in the second inning for his 3rd home run of the year. 2 solo home runs tonight for Boston to account for the Red Sox runs. 2-0. Two balls and a strike. A little extra on the fastball. Now 3-1. Runner at first is Euclid on the infield hit. Ortiz has struck out. Foul ball back. Count goes 3-2 on McDonald. The Rays lead the season series 3-2. But boy, when these two teams get together, whether it's here or at Fenway, it's a battle. Donald earns himself another look at a 3-2 pitch, fouling that one away. Terry Francona's club, a 6-game winning streak. They've been hot for the month, opening a 6-game trip here against the Rays and then against the Orioles. Another foul ball. We'll do a 3-2 again.
Just continues to challenge McDonald with heaters. Donald continues to just foul him off in battle. See everything here. He's trying to stay away from McDonald. You remember back of that, he hit the home run off him earlier in the ball game, was a fastball away that cut back middle that he got hurt on.
And another fastball is fouled away, and it's an 8-pitch at bat. And Price is blazing away.
Now that's his pitch that he number one with throwing strikes is going to be the fastball. He does not want to walk McDonald. He's pushed him to a full count. It's been one heater after the other.
And a changeup there. And he fouled it. He got a little piece of that one.
Well, that's where you see the frustration there on David Price, because he finally changed up, went to the changeup, and threw a good one. Kept it right there. Outside, good arm action, good speed on it. McDonald was able to spoil it.
Yeah, this is a very good at bat for McDonald, particularly fouling that last pitch. And he fouls a fastball away again. 10 pitches now. The 11th about to be made. Top of the 4th, 1 on, 1 out. Fouls it again. How about that? Another fastball.
Caught up with 96, and it was well off the plate. That was ball 4. Swinging at anything close. This pitch well off the plate. I'll tell you what, if David Price came with the fastball in right now, just for the surprise factor, he'd have to lock him up.
Three-two again, and he pops him up. This time, right side. Kochman makes the catch. And after all of that, McDonald pops out. 2 gone. Time for the AT&T trivia question. Since 2008, which player has the most stolen bases in the American League since 2008? That's our AT&T trivia question. And after that long at bat, Shopik takes a little stroll to the mound just to give Price a chance to regroup and catch his breath. I mean, McDonald really made him work.
Really did. Fouling off fastball after fastball. Was able to get a piece of the very good changeup. David Price got him out, but it took him a lot of effort. And now you've got
Saltalamacchia is a ball.
You got David Price now hovering around the 80 pitch mark here in the 4th inning.
12 pitches to McDonald, including 7 consecutive foul balls. Swing got a miss at the hard stuff at 97. Strike call, 1 and 2. Yeah, that battle by McDonald, one of the more impressive at bats we've seen against anybody, and certainly against David Price. That's away. Another fastball. It's 2-2. Euclid over at first. He's there with 2 outs. Pretty close right there. And the count is full.
Now that was a backdoor cutter, the same one that he got Euclid on early in the game. Boy, set up nicely and executed.
That's a perfect pitch. It's exactly where you want to throw it. And it's lifted up the right side toward the line. Zobrist is there, and he makes the catch, retiring the side. Bottom of the 4th coming, 7-2 Tampa Bay. Top as we move into the home half of the 4th inning. Time for our answer to the AT&T trivia question. Since 2008, which player has the most stolen bases in the American League? Well, that would be JACOBY ELLSBURY with 155. No steals tonight, but a home run in the 3rd inning. The Rays send B.J. Upton to the plate, leading off the bottom of the 4th. Goes after the first pitch and fouls it. Second on that list is B.J. Upton, ahead of Carl Crawford. How about that? Since 08, ELLSBURY, Upton, and then Carl Crawford. Down and away. It's a ball and a strike. Upton with 15 home runs. Now 51 runs batted in to go with 21 stolen bases. Fouls that. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rays have never had a player reach the All-Star break with a combination of at least 15 home runs and 20 stolen bases. And he had 50 RBIs, 1 RBI tonight. Pitch darts down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that is strike 3 call. Dropped it on the outside part of the plate. First strikeout for Boston pitching.
Well, Seves comes here with off-speed pitch. It's more the traditional changeup there. Catches the outside corner. We've also seen him throw the split.
So here is Sean Rodriguez. Sean cues it off the end of the bat. That's a strike. Well, every spot in the Rays order has been on base with the exception of Sean. He's popped out to first and hit a fly ball to center. Pitch misses. 1-1. Darts in there, a breaking ball. That's a strike. It's now 1-2. Popped up. First base side. Coming down is the catcher, Saltalamacchia, halfway down the line, reaching in to make a play, actually on a fair ball. That was unusual.
Yeah, it's unusual because that's Adrian Gonzalez's ball. That's a pop-up that he needs to come in and take charge of, and he's a very good first baseman. This is a tough angle here. Saltalamacchia, first of all, doesn't even find it. And then as he runs out there, this ball is spinning away from him. As those pop-ups go up, they start to spin back towards the field. So that's why you'll see a catcher on a pop-up like that turn his back and catch the ball coming back to him. To have to reach like that is a very difficult play.
Here's Kochman taking a curveball, and that's down and in. A ball and no strikes. One and one.
Kochman obviously spending the break watching a little bit of video of Adrian Beltre and his swing. It is looking to add a little bit of power here in the second half. He dropped down to that knee.
Reaching for this one, and he fouls it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul the other way, a fastball. He followed that changeup, in which he had Kochman reaching with that fastball in case he fouled it out of play to the opposite side. Well, we go to 2-2. Rays have 7 runs, 5 hits. Upton called out on strikes, and Rodriguez popped out. Casey works the count full. Well, he continues to see a lot of pitches and has done that tonight against a combination of Miller and Aceves. Fouls it. Tell you, Aceves 3-2, and we've seen him throw a changeup 3-2. We've seen him throw a breaking ball, a hard curveball 3-2. A foul ball again.
Well, he's not the only one that is aggressive with 2 strikes. Talking about Kochman being a pretty good 2-strike hitter. Aceves not afraid to throw anything he's got in a full count.
Now a long look here. And Aceves Takes too much time for Kochman, who steps back. And that one, a foul ball, just a little piece of the bat there. It's one of those pitches in on you where you think, oh, that might hit a hand.
Yeah, this ball boring in on Kochman. You see how he's got to pull him in and just foul it off. And you see immediately after that, you know, you wondered if it got a finger with the way he grimaced.
Three-two, and a little tap right side, handled by Gonzalez. A 10-pitch at bat. The Rays are out 1-2-3. We're through 4. 7-2 Tampa Bay. Inning tonight. It's time to take a look at the upcoming Rays schedule, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. 4:10 first pitch tomorrow. That's John Lackey and James Shields. Sunday night, Jeff Neiman against Josh Beckett, and then New York in. As we look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. First pitch from David Price, and Navarro takes it too low. A breaking ball to start the inning. GEICO Navarro caught looking his first time. 2-0. Navarro making the start and left. It's fouled. 2-1. He made one other start in left field this year. Three balls and a strike. Foul out of play, and the count is full. Carl Crawford is on the disabled list with a left hamstring strain, and he's scheduled to begin a rehab assignment tonight at Pawtucket, their AAA affiliate. Navarro's out on strikes, missing a fastball. Pawtucket will be playing the Rays AAA affiliate Durham tonight in that game. Right now, let's check in with Todd Callis.
All right, Dwayne, time to check in on our Auto-Way text poll question of the evening, and it involves our first half MVP for the Tampa Bay Rays. Who do you think it was? TB1, James Shields. TB2, Kyle Farnsworth. TB3, Matt Joyce. TB4, Casey Kochman. Text your votes to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply.
Tom's been drinking a lot of coffee.
I was.
That pitch is foul. Out of play by Scudero. The count is 1-1.
I was going to say that was a clear sip of espresso after TB2.
It was like instantaneous. Ball stays outside. A lot of pitches tonight for David Price. One out into the fifth. He's up around 93, 94 pitches now. There's a strike. It's 2-2.
Now, that's something that Boston has been adept at doing for years. Really working a starting pitcher over and running that pitch count up. They've done it again tonight.
High pop fly, foul ball. Longoria and Johnson. Longoria looking for it and makes the catch as he entered the bullpen area. The Scudero fouls out. Two gone.
Well, you see where Evan, he starts to drift right here. That could sometimes be dangerous. You see the little, almost a little misstep right there. That's a tough pop up to handle, an odd angle for a third baseman. He makes the play.
Now JACOBY ELLSBURY. And the pitch is in there for a strike. ELLSBURY hit a home run in the third inning. His 12th of the year. One and one. Two balls and a strike. Price allowing the two runs, two solo home runs, one to McDonald and the other one to ELLSBURY. 4 hits. He's only walked one tonight, and there's the strike to pull the count even. So that's certainly to his advantage. He's about to make his 100th pitch of the night, having walked only one man. And that pitch just inside for ball 3. But he's run a lot of deep counts. He's had 2 full counts in this inning. He had 2 full counts in the 4th, and one of them was that 12th pitch at bat by McDonald. Now 3-2 on the ground to first. Nice scoop by Kochman, and the toss to Price to take care of ELLSBURY and Boston. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. We're headed into the home half of the 5th, and the Rays lead Boston 7-2. inning on B.J. Upton's base hit, scoring Ben Zobrist. Darnell McDonald tied it with a home run in the second inning, but the Rays got back all of that and more in the second on a grand slam by Ben Zobrist to make it 5-1. JACOBY ELLSBURY homered in the third. The Rays got a base hit from Sam Fuld. They had the first of 2 runs scored in the third as they built a 7-2 lead. Zobrist driving in 5 of the 7 runs tonight for the Rays. And Kelly Shopik in the batter's box to open the home half of the 5th. And the first pitch is a curveball for a strike. We've seen a few more of those out of Aceves than he has thrown lately. Shopik has singled and walked tonight and has a run scored. Lays off this pitch as it broke down and away out of the zone. 1-1. Elliott Johnson next, and then Sam Fuld. 7, 8, and 9 hitters in Joe Madden's lineup. It's a breaking ball. 3 straight. The count is 1-2.
You can see that curveball by Aceves. It's a sweeper. Very tough on right-handers, and Kelly Shopik turn around a fastball. A steady diet of breaking balls.
And a ground ball. There's a base hit up the middle. Well, he threw him a 4th one, and Kelly has a base hit. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk on all 3 times.
They got a good look at the first 3. There you go. This one, the 4th in a row. Kelly stays right on it. There's that 2-strike approach we talked about. Shorten that swing up, get it right back up the middle.
Here's Elliott Johnson. Johnson tries to bunt and bunts it foul. Strike 1. Well, the Rays with a leadoff man on, trying to move him into scoring position as they attempt to tack on runs. One thing for sure, you can never score enough runs against this Boston lineup.
Yeah, we talked at the beginning of the ball game how explosive they are, all the different offensive categories that they lead Major League Baseball in. Never really quite comfortable. 5-run lead with David Price on the mound feels pretty good, but always need more.
And the bunt fouled again. Same spot. 0-2.
Well, Elliott Johnson here. Not easy to do, bunt it between your legs, but that's now 0 for 4 on attempts for Elliott. Come out to the ballpark early tomorrow and see him working on bunting in the cage.
Aceves in relief of Miller. Miller charged with all 7 runs tonight. Ball by the mound to second. Pedroia to Scudero 1. First base not in time. That took a little time in developing, and Johnson is aboard on a fielder's choice. Shopik forced at second.
Elliott Johnson runs well, and you're right, Dwayne. This was did not happen. Too many bounces right there. Good turn. Ball just took a little while to get to Pedroia. Shopik going for the nice little takeout slide. He was within 2 arms lengths of the bag, so that's good.
Doing all the little things right. And here's Sam Fuld. Pitch down and in, a ball and no strikes. Toronto with a 6-1 lead at home over the Yankees. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Blue Jays hitting. Goes the runner, and the pitch is popped up short center. ELLSBURY coming on in a hurry is there and makes the catch. And back to first goes Elliott Johnson. 2 outs with Johnson still at first.
Now Johnny Damon shows his strength on the field and now off with this Johnny Nitro bobblehead presented by Tropicana. You can pick yours up on Sunday, July the 17th, when the Rays host the Red Sox. The first 10,000 kids, 14 and under, get one. So visit RaysBaseball.com now to get your tickets.
Johnny Damon. Damon walked his last time. Look at that. They're already previewing the Johnny Damon bobblehead on the top railing of the dugout.
I wonder if real life Johnny Damon knows that Johnny Nitro is calling a shot.
Strike one.
There you go. Give me right field, big boy.
1 strike, 2 left. Johnson ducks back in at first base. Good look by Damon on the pitch down. It's 1-1. Pitch out, but nothing doing. Hurried his delivery there and calling for the pitch out, just thinking the Rays might have something up. Severs took over in the 3rd. And a little looper into left. That's going to fall for a base hit. Down to second goes Johnson. So Damon moves Johnson up, and that will get Zobrist to the plate. That puts him ahead of Nellie Fox. So not only did he catch the Fox, he moves ahead of him now. 68 on the all-time hit list for Johnny Damon. Max Carey is next. Ben Zobrist takes the pitch for a strike. Zobrist has walked, hit the grand slam, and walked again with the bases loaded in the 3rd. Rolls it foul up the right side. Checkers doubles of the game. We got a lot of them right here.
Yes, we do. The top 4. Gonzalez leading the way. Ben Zobrist closing at 28.
Pitch is away.
Well, that makes sense too, because the Red Sox lead all of baseball in doubles.
Ball game in the bottom of the 5th. Rays have out hit Boston 7-4, and they lead 7-2. And Zobrist punches one toward the middle, but Pedroia is there to grab it and get the force on a toss to Scudero. We're through 5, 7-2 Tampa Bay.
the 6th inning. And this is just a reminder to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness later in tonight's game. Twofer.
Taste Greatness moment on its way. It's Dustin Pedroia. Takes the pitch too low. Pedroia, Adrian Gonzalez, and Kevin Youkilis due up here. David Price throws a strike, and the count is 1-1. Price with 103 pitches here to open the 6th inning, and the Rays bullpen starts to get some activity. Joel Peralta, the right-hander, and it's Ramos. Cesar Ramos throwing, the lefty in the Rays bullpen. A 3-1 count. There's a long drive deep to left field. Well hit and gone. 3-1 fastball, and Pedroia hits the 3rd Boston home run of the night. And that will make it 7-3. Pedroia, who had extended his hitting streak to 13 with a base hit his first time up, is now 2 for 3 tonight.
Well, Pedroia has absolutely destroyed left-handed pitching this year. Just under 400 coming into this ball game, and there he got a 3-1 fastball right out over the plate. Drives it out of here.
Now it's Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez has grounded to first and has struck out swinging. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, the good news about this night for David Price, who's given up 3 home runs, is that he's given up only 1 walk. And all of those home runs have been solo shots. Gonzalez sends one into left center field, and Upton is there. BJ and Bold crisscrossing, and Upton makes the catch. That's the first out in the top of the 6th.
Well, these can be the kind of fly balls into the gap that can be dangerous. Both guys going for it. You see Sam Fuld just at the very end peel off a little bit to his right. BJ Upton calling for that. And makes the catch, but boy, that's where communication is key, because if it's not there, we could have 2 guys laying out there in a pile.
Want to know the count here to Youkilis. And you're always worried not only about just a straight-on collision, but even if you get a couple of glove arms tangled, and then you're looking at potential trouble there too. One to count to the Boston 3rd baseman. Inside, it's 2-1. Two and 1 to count, and that's down 3-1. Price made 112 pitches his last time. He's at 112 right now. Cut the miss. A 3-1 pitch up. A fastball with 96 behind it. Full count. And a cut to miss. Youkilis is out on strikes. Out for the 2nd time. 2 gone.
Well, the 3-1 fastball up, and then how about the 3-1 fastball down around the knees? Both swings empty for Kevin Youkilis. Some nice comeback there by David Price after falling down in the count. The very dangerous Kevin Euclid.
Now here's David Ortiz. The pitch is down. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Line to left and hit the ball hard back in the second inning and then struck out trying to check his swing in the fourth. The Rays have the shift on for him. 2 balls, no strikes. Longoria alone on the left side of the infield. And it's a 3-0 count. And it's a strike. And the count is full. Down the left field side toward the corner. That's going to be foul and out of play. Sam Fuld all the way over there into foul territory.
Sam Fuld going after this ball aggressively, gets to the short wall.
3-2 and a ground ball to the right side. Kochman taking care of it unassisted. 1 run on the home run by Pedroia. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 7-3. Tampa.
Inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com to purchase tickets or for more information.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the 6th. The Rays lead 7-3. Dan Wheeler, the new pitcher for Boston, and Evan Longoria leads off for the Rays. First pitch is down, a ball and no strikes. Wheeler follows Miller and Aceves. Aceves worked 2 1/3 scoreless innings, allowing 2 hits. He struck out 1 and walked 1. Pitch is fouled. 1-1. Miller worked the front 2 2/3. Evan 0 for 2. He walked in the first. Since then, a fly ball to left and a ground ball to second. And a foul ball at the feet of Saltalamacchia. 1-2. David Price has worked 6 for the Rays. He had a 20-pitch top half of this inning, and he's at a season's high 121. There's a popper on the right side. Pedroia is there and makes the catch. So Longoria is the first out in the Rays' half of inning 6. Price's career high is 122 pitches. It was last year in Minnesota. And 121 tonight is single outing high this year. Well, here's B.J. Upton. He just gets a little piece of it, fouls it, strike one. And with that pitch count in mind, Peralta's back up in the Rays bullpen down the right field line. And Ramos were up the top half of this inning. And a ground ball. He's going to go through the left side. The base hit to the left of the diving Euclid. And Upton has his second hit.
Well, BJ got a pitch out over the plate here, and he's able to get the barrel of the bat, hit it hard enough to get it by the diving Euclid out into left field for a 1-out single.
Eight hits for the Rays. Miller made 258 appearances here in a Rays uniform. Two separate stops, came up, got to the big leagues initially with the Rays in '99. Fly ball to center field. Ellsbury's going to go back on this one and make the catch at the track. Sean Rodriguez, who jumped on the first pitch, hit it deep to center, and Ellsbury tracked it down.
Well, a couple of very good center fielders in this series with Upton and Ellsbury. Good speed, able to go back on the ball very well. That ball was hit hard by Sean Rodriguez, but you force them to hit it to the big part of the field, then you've got a center fielder like Ellsbury that can cover some ground and go back on a ball nicely.
Well, now Casey Kochman, and boy, has he seen pitches tonight. He's had some extended at-bats. Lays off a curveball. It's too low. 1 ball, no strikes. Casey saw 9 pitches his first time up. 5 pitches the second time up. And 9 pitches the last time up. Actually 10 pitches, I guess, that last time up when he eventually grounded out to first to Gonzalez. Upton back in at first. Another toss over there. BJ 7th in the league in stolen bases. And that's a strike call to Kochman. 1-1. First game of 3. Rays and the Red Sox tomorrow. It'll be Shields and Lackey. Neiman and Beckett here on Sunday night. A step back, but nothing doing here on Upton.
Dan Wheeler well aware of B.J. Upton. The fact that he can swipe bags just about whenever he feels like it. The Rays want to extend this lead. Want to keep the Boston Red Sox within striking distance here at 4 runs. And with 2 outs here and a guy that can handle the bat at the plate, it'd be a perfect time to send B.J. Upton.
One and one to count. And a long fly ball that is deep down the right side, and it hits the foul pole. A home run for Casey Kotzman. A 2-run shot. Kotzman's 4th home run of the year. That adds 2 to extend the lead, and now it's 9-3.
Now the only question was it going to stay fair, because it was well struck. They're just a spinner. It stays out over the plate. Doesn't quite get in enough. This ball was well struck, and it just hits the inside of the pole.
So the Rays extend the lead again. And now here's Shopping. Fastball down. 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch away. Couple of fastballs here, and Wheeler falls behind Shopping. RBIs 26 and 27 for Kotzman. A cut and a miss on a slider, and now it's 2-1.
Well, that was the best slider that Dan Wheeler has thrown all inning long. Good sweep action on that pitch in the mid-80s.
A cut and a miss again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With some darting action away.
See Kelly Shopping in that swing really pull off. The head came off. Really opened up that front side down at third base. Was not able to reach that pitch down the dirt.
And a fly ball into center. Handled by ELLSBURY. That retires the side, but the Rays add 2 on 1 swing of the bat from Casey Kotzman. And now it's a 9-3 ball game, Tampa Bay.
back out to 6. Well, celebrate that special occasion by purchasing a game-used lineup card, baseball, base, or autographed item from your favorite Rays players. These one-of-a-kind items can be purchased at raysbaseball.com/gameday or at the team store at Tropicana Field.
Well, Peralta, the new pitcher for the Rays. David Price goes 6. Made 121 pitches. And now Peralta. Well, the Rays had 9 runs tonight. That's the most runs they've scored here at the Trop this year. They had an 8-run game against the Cardinals on July the 3rd. And now 9 runs in this game. So maybe things are starting to turn a little bit with the Rays' home and road production swing. Almost a 2-run per game differential to the negative at home, but in the last couple games here at the Trop, they've now scored 17 runs. 2-0 the count to Darnell McDonald. Two balls and a strike. Two. 9 runs, 9 hits for the Rays. 3 runs, 5 hits for Boston. Cut the miss. Well, McDonald out on strikes.
Well, if Rays pitchers strike out 10 batters in a home game, you can take your ticket stub to any Cane's Furniture store and get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Plus, while you're there, you can sign up for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. Cane's quality so good, it's guaranteed for life.
Here's Saltalamacchia. He's walked and hit a fly ball to right field. Foul back and out of play. That's a strike. Peralta had a very busy first half of the season. And he has Saltalamacchia out in front. 2 strikes. Boston with 3 home runs tonight, 3 solo shots. The Rays have hit a couple, including a 2-run shot from Kochman and a grand slam by Zobrist. And a broken bat up the middle. Johnson on the shift makes the throw to first to take care of Saltalamacchia. His bat, the barrel end, wound up down by Kochman at first. So that's a 6-3 short to first with Johnson on the first base side of second.
Now, this was a split that was right off the end of the bat of Saltalamacchia. This bat looks like it falls from the roof here, and it keeps Casey Kochman from being able to really give a good stretch on that. You see the awkward footwork around the bag there because of where the bat head ended up. Keep studying him.
The pitch to Navarro is a strike, or a breaking ball.
It's raining bats.
Inside, 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes now. Fastball down and away. 2-2. In the top half of the 7th. And the count goes full to Navarro. Have out-hit Boston 9-5. They lead 9-3. And a foul ball, just a little piece of it, and Navarro is still alive up there. Ball 4. So Navarro is aboard. 2-out walk. Marco Scutaro is going to be the hitter. Peralta in relief of Price. Gave up 3 runs, 5 hits with a walk, 7 strikeouts, 121 pitches, and the 3 home runs, and that ties a personal career record for Price. He allowed 3 home runs in a game against the Blue Jays in Toronto on July 25th in 2009, and gave up 3 solo shots here tonight.
Well, get exclusive deals and coupons delivered right to your phone with the free TampaBay.com/things-to-do iPhone app, powered by the St. Petersburg Times. It's available now at the iTunes App Store.
Speaking of Toronto, they lead the Yankees 6-1. That game's in the top of the 8th at Toronto. And again here, the Rays lead Boston 9-3. Jim Hickey making a visit to the mound before the Rays pitch to Scutaro. Peralta's pitch is down, a ball and no strikes. Scutaro hits a high fly ball to deep left field. That ball is going to get out of here. Home run number 5 for Scutaro. That makes it 9-5. The Red Sox hit their 4th home run of the night. So we've had 6 home runs in this game. And the ball is carrying.
Now, this is precisely the reason why you want to continue to extend the lead against the Boston Red Sox when you get the opportunity. They have a very powerful, productive offense. Scudero down in the 9-hole. Gets a fastball up and out over the plate. Takes it high and deep out to left field. And once again, this Rays lead cut back to 4.
So pitching change coming, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Red Sox have cut the Rays lead to 4. Well, this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, Adrian Gonzalez leads the Red Sox into Tampa to take on Evan Longoria and the Rays in a showdown between bitter AL East rivals. This week's telecast of Fox Saturday Baseball begins at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, only on Fox. And actually, that's in St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
It's against the Tampa Bay Rays in St. Petersburg.
Yeah. Or just Tampa Bay. Either one would be acceptable. Well, Jake McGee will be the new pitcher for the Rays. That's his 3rd pitcher of the night for the Rays, and for McGee, appearance number 12, just up from Durham. And Jake's on here to face JACOBY ELLSBURY. The first pitch is a fastball at 93, taken for a strike. Technically, Jake recalled from Durham yesterday, 4-2 with 9 saves in 24 appearances with the Durham Bulls. And a check by ELLSBURY. The count is 1-1. He was 9 of 10 in save opportunities with Durham after being optioned on May the 1st. And he put together a .270 earned run average. That's a strike. Fastball at 96. And it's 1-2. Balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th. It's a 4-run game again, 9-5 on the home run by Marco Scudero. Strike 3 call. ELLSBURY caught looking on a fastball away. 2 runs, 1 hit. 7th inning stretch time at the ballpark. And the Rays lead this game 9-5. at Tropicana Field. 6 home runs hit in this game. 4 by Boston, 2 by the Rays. One of the home runs for the Rays, a grand slam by Ben Zobrist, accounting for all 4 runs in the second inning. And the Rays lead by a 4-run margin, 9-5, as they come into hit in the bottom of the 7th. And they're going to face the hard-throwing left-hander, Franklin Morales.
Morales on for the 8th time. He doesn't have a record, a couple of holds. ERA of 3.00, almost a strikeout an inning in limited work.
And Elliott Johnson, switch hitting infielder, batting right-handed here against Morales, steps in. And the pitch is outside. Rays got 7 runs off Miller in 2 2/3, nothing off Aceves in 2 1/3, 2 runs and an inning off Wheeler. And now Franklin Morales on the hill. 2-0 the count. Juan Cruz gets up in the Rays bullpen. The Rays have utilized David Price, who gave up 3 runs in 6 innings. Peralta 2 runs in 2/3, and McGee got the strikeout in the top half of this inning. And now Cruz is throwing in the Rays bullpen up the right field line. Three 3-0 the count to Elliott Johnson. Strike. 3-1. Elliott walked and scored in the second. Takes a rip at a fastball and fouls it. So the count is full. Rays established a 5-1 lead in the second inning, and these clubs have battled back and forth since then. A popper right side. Gonzalez lost it, and Johnson is still alive. That's a no play. Adrian Gonzalez just lost it up there.
Well, Adrian Gonzalez is struggling with this roof. You know, remember the pop-up earlier that Saltalamacchia had to come halfway up the first base line to make the catch. And this one right here just does not pick it up. Can't find it. Concedes right there as it hits a few feet to his right.
So another opportunity for Elliott Johnson, and he lines it fair down the left side, kicks against the sidewall, and Johnson's on his way to second with a double. So Elliott Johnson takes advantage of another opportunity and picks up his 6th double of the year.
Now that's what the Rays have done tonight so far, is when Boston has given them an opportunity, whether it be a misplay like that from Gonzalez or the walks, they have taken advantage. Elliott here with the leadoff double.
So now it's going to be Sam Fold. Crowd of 25,729 here this evening. Pitch is down to Sam Fold. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Yankees batting in the top of the ninth, trailing the Blue Jays in Toronto 7-1. Ground ball to first. Gonzalez going to go to third, and a throw right on the money gets Elliott Johnson. Well, there was no hesitation by Gonzalez at all. One away. Now let's check in with Todd.
All right, Dwayne, with Johnny Damon coming to the plate, there is a big event tomorrow after the game that Damon's very involved with. You can go to uncorkforacause.com for more information. After the game tomorrow at the Vinoy Renaissance Resort and Golf Club, $60 gets you food from the great kitchen there at the Vinoy, and drink as well, which includes Johnny Damon unveiling his very new wine. It's a 2007 Napa blend. It's a red wine. And guys, the best news of all, and he said he had to try a few wines to make sure he found the one that he liked the best. Best news of all, if they don't sell all the bottles of wine, he says there's one heading to the broadcasters for TV. But don't forget, tomorrow, uncorkforacause.com, benefiting the fallen officers who lost their lives in the line of duty. $60. Go to uncorkforacause.com, guys.
Yeah, that sounds like a great cause and something that we all should support. Another move to first, and Fold is back in. Sam reaching on what turned out to be a fielder's choice, with Johnson cut down trying to advance to third. On a very nice play by Gonzalez to get Johnson with room to spare. Rays lose that man in scoring position. It's a strike to Johnny Damon. 0-1. Nothing in two. Fastball down with some action.
Now Johnny Damon just pulls off this pitch. It's ball down and away. Clearly a ball all the way, and you can see Damon upset with himself on that swing. That's why you get three.
Over to first again. Rays with two more in this series against Boston. Then New York will be coming in for 4 starting Monday. A ball, 2 strikes. Settles under it, making the catch. 2 outs. So the man at first and 2 gone. Ben Zobrist will face the left-hander, turn around to hit right-handed. Zobrist officially 1 for 2 tonight. Hit the grand slam back in the second inning, connecting off Andrew Miller. The first grand slam hit by the Rays this year. And he rolls it to short for Scudero. Throw to first in time, and the Rays are finished in the 7th. They leave a man on to the 8th. It's 9-5 Tampa Bay. to you by 5-Hour Energy. Fix tired fast. One shot, back to work, problem solved. By Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at mbusa.com. And by Subway, eat fresh. First game of the series, first game of the homestand. The Rays and the Red Sox will play 2 more, and then New York in a 7-game stand for the Rays. We're headed into the 8th inning. The Rays jumped to a 1-0 lead. The game was tied 1-1. Then that grand slam gave them a 5-1 lead, and they have maintained essentially that 4-run lead. It's 9-5 as Juan Cruz comes on to work the 8th.
On for the 36th time, a perfect 4-0 record. 3 holds, ERA just a touch over 3. Almost a strikeout an inning. On an average down at 167. Cruz has done a nice job.
Here's Dustin Pedroia, and he takes the pitch high. Pedroia 2 out of 3 tonight with a home run in the 6th inning, his 12th home run of the year.
One thing that we have seen out of Juan Cruz as of late is he started to throw the ball a lot better more recently, is more use of that 4-seam fastball. He was very cutter heavy early in the year, but he's gone back to a pretty good mix with the cutter and the 4-seamer.
And he throws a strike and is ahead of Pedroia 1-2.
That was the cutter there after a couple of 4-seam fastballs, and he's got a good one. Good arm, he can rush it up there, get it into the mid-90s.
Driven toward right center field. That's going to be in there for extra bases. A hop into the wall. Pedroia is going to stop at second with a stand-up double. So he's 3 for 4 tonight. He continues his red-hot hitting.
Well, this pitch was up and away from Pedroia, and he's got pull power. We've seen that earlier in the game, but watch how he just pushes this ball with authority out to right center. I mean, just stays right on it, head down, follows that ball, and then just shoots it out there. Generates some pretty impressive bat speed and gets it out into the gap for a leadoff double.
Now it's Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 3. Shift is on, and Gonzalez fouls that fastball straight back, strike 1. There's very little wasted motion in the swing of Adrian Gonzalez.
Well, he keeps it pretty simple. That's why he's able to be so consistent at the plate. It's kind of like a pitcher that has a repeatable delivery. He's got very little going on with his mechanics. Not a whole lot to get out of whack, and as long as he's going up there and staying disciplined within the strike zone, he's going to put a good at-bat on you. You can see that. It's reflected in his numbers.
A 1-strike count. Foul out of play. 0-2. 2 out of 8 against Juan Cruz. Kyle Farnsworth has joined J.P. Howell in the Rays bullpen here in the 8th inning. Rays have had Price, Peralta, McGee, and now Cruz. Cruz and Shopik going to finally get together here.
It's about time.
They were having a difficult time getting together at that distance.
Yeah.
So you just eliminate that distance and maybe they find some common ground.
Well, they are on the same team. Let's hope they can figure it out.
The ground ball right side into right field. Rodriguez with the throw back to Kochman. Over to third base goes Pedroia. The Rays get Gonzalez for the first out. And the shift paid off there. One out with a Boston runner at third. Kevin Youkilis will be the hitter. And here's the out recorded on Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Sean Rodriguez playing a typical second base. That ball's going to get by Kochman to the right and out into right field. Hence the shift. He hits right into it. The Rays pick up their first out.
Down and away to Youkilis. Down 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Now Youkilis stepping back as Cruz takes a lot of time, and Peralta before him did as well. Now Cruz ready, and so is Youkilis. Pitch is a strike call. 2-1.
Well, Juan Cruz and Joel Peralta are very deliberate out on that mound. They take their time and they don't go until they're good and ready. Here's a pitch in the inside corner. Youkilis, you see how he holds those hands up and jumps back a little bit, try to buy a call from the home plate umpires.
Well, if there's been a commonality in Mike DeMuro's work tonight, it's that if you're going to work the corners, you'd better work them high, because he's consistently given that corner up. But if it's down, it's not always to his liking.
No, it's inconsistent. It's one time it's a strike, next time it's a ball. It's tough to work in a zone like that. Hit or pitcher.
It's fouled up the right side. Out of play, and the count will go full.
You know, home plate umpires, they do tend to have different zones, different personalities, different zones. Yep. Anything else, and you know, the one thing that you want as a hitter or a pitcher, you don't have to agree or like every guy's strike zone. However, as long as it's consistent, you know what you're working with, you know where you can go for a strike. A hitter knows where he has to swing. It's the inconsistency that'll kill him.
Bouncing ball, it's foul. So we'll do it again on 3-2 here to Youkilis. Kochman into right field. A run will score. Youkilis is aboard. Now it's 9-6. Youkilis picking up his 64th run, batted in. And Joe Madden comes out of the dugout, and that's going to be it for Cruz. We'll be back with the lefty in a moment.
Runner on first. Joe Madden has gone to the bullpen. He calls on J.P. Howell here to face David Ortiz on for the 20th time, a 2-1 record.
Well, JP's all set to go to work. It's now a 3-run game with 1 out and a man aboard here in the 8th. And the pitch is upstairs. How about these numbers for Ortiz against left-handed pitching? See, it's 2 for 14 against Howell, but this year he's hitting .340 against left-handed pitching. Takes a big cut, comes up empty. It's 1-1.
Now he got a hanger here from JP, a curveball that doesn't curve. It's like the backup slider. That ball stayed up above the bat of Ortiz.
Down and away. 2 balls and a strike. JP falls behind 3-1. Farnsworth is in the Rays bullpen. Rays have utilized 5 pitchers tonight, getting the front 6 out of Price. Ortiz tried to check, could not. Got the curveball there, 3-1, and now it's 3-2.
Now that was a good one. Good curveball there by J.P. Howell. This ball stays in the strike zone a long time before it bottoms out. Ortiz just not able to hold up.
Full count with a runner on. The shift on. And the 3-2. He got it. Swing and a miss. He got Ortiz chasing that fastball down and away.
Now completely caught him by surprise. He came with the fastball, and you see this emergency hack here by Ortiz. That ball's already by him. He was sitting breaking ball. Recognizes fastball way too late. You see that ball's already by him.
So the 10th strikeout by Rays pitching tonight. A big one. Howell getting Ortiz. Now another call to the bullpen. Madden wants the right-hander. We'll be back after this.
Transmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, Joe Madden makes the pitching change. Darnell McDonald was due, but he's going to be lifted, and so it will be Kyle Farnsworth to face J.D. Drew, against whom Drew has gone 5 for 15 with 3 home runs. And the first pitch is a soft strike. It's a 9-6 ball game, and there are the numbers in the Drew Farnsworth matchup. One and one. Red Sox have scored a run here in the 8th, driven home by Euclid. Drew pops it up left side. That's Johnson at shortstop, and that will take care of Boston. A run, 2 hits, 1 left. Bottom of the 8th coming. 9-6 Rays. Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. By Checkers, Feast On. By AT&T. And by your local Southern Ford dealers. We got to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 9-6 ball game. The Rays have led throughout most of the evening, 1-0. It was tied 1-1, and they scored 4 in the second to make it 5-1. And they've held the lead by one sum or another all night, including moving into the bottom half of the 8th. Matt Albers will be the new pitcher here in the 8th. Morales worked 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs. So the Red Sox again go to the bullpen. Miller, Aceves, Wheeler, Morales, and Albers.
The Rays saw a lot of Matt Albers when he pitched for the Orioles. Sinker extraordinaire. He's on for the 30th time, 3-3 record. ERA just over 2.5 and 35 in the 3rd innings of work. You see right there just the 1 home run given up, and that is because of that very good sinker of Matt Albers.
Blue Jays have beaten New York 7-1. Freddie Garcia, the losing pitcher. Brandon Morrow, the winner. Morrow 6-3. Garcia 7-7. And it's a 7-1 Toronto victory over the New York Yankees. As we go to the Rays half of the 8th, Evan Longoria steps in to face Albers. Evan 3 of 8 lifetime against Albers, and he takes the pitch away. A ball and no strikes. Albers has been a very important pickup by this ball club. It's a 2-0 count. Got 7 runs off Miller. Over's pitcher number 5. And it picks up the outside edge on Longoria. Takes the count to 2-2.
Well, 2-1 fastball here by Albers, just put in a perfect spot. Knee high, right on the outside corner. Nothing that Evan can do. Not a pitch that you can drive.
It's a fly ball to right field on the pitch away. And Drew is there to make the catch. 1 away.
Well, that's what we've seen an awful lot of Evan Longoria this year, is that pitch away, the kind of reach and the lazy fly ball to right field. Well, the Mosaic Company and the Rays are working together to end hunger through home runs for food. With each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $44,500 has been donated.
Here's B.J. Upton with 2 hits, a couple of runs batted in, and a run scored. B.J. sends it down the left field side, but foul. That pitch in on him, and it sounded as if that bat might be cracked. Strike 1. Don't forget, Rays Live, the post game immediately follows our contest. Rays, after their 50th win of the year, and the Yankees have lost, and if the Rays can hang on to this lead, the Rays trying to close the gap a little bit. Foul ball off Saltalamacchia. 0-2. The start of the day, Boston led New York by a game and a half. And the Rays were running third, 6-back. They're trying to get within 5. A ball, 2 strikes, and a lot of baseball to be played between the Rays and the 2 teams immediately in front of them in the AL East, the Red Sox and the Yankees. Two balls, 2 strikes. These 2 clubs picked up play after the All-Star break. The Rays have just over 36% of their games remaining against these 2 teams, Boston and New York. 2-2 to BJ. And a full count. Including tonight, here's the breakout for the Rays' remaining games. The Rays have 13 with Boston, 13 with New York, and then a combination of Toronto and Baltimore, 16. 11 against the Central and 19 against the West. And that can be a challenge as well. Swing and a foul-tipped strikeout into the mitt of Saltalamacchia. Upton is out on strikes.
Now Albers is able to power this fastball by BJ. This ball, see that little late run in. They want that ball down and away, mislocation, but it works out. The foul tip, and Saltalamacchia is able to hold on to it.
Well, here's Sean Rodriguez. Takes ball 1 inside. For the Rays tonight, Ben Zobrist with 5 runs batted in, Upton with 1, Kochman 2, and Bold with 1. Cut and miss on the slider. It's 1-1. And a bunt by Rodriguez, pretty good one if it stays fair, but it's going to roll foul. No chance by Youkilis except to see if it would roll foul, and it did for a strike.
Rodriguez caught everybody by surprise here. Drops it down, very nicely done. And just a little bit too much side spin. You see it starts heading, angling that way, and then Youkilis right there to pounce on it once it crosses that chalk.
Over the National League, the Cardinals lost a tough one. Brandon Phillips hit a walk-off home run, a 2-run shot in the bottom of the ninth to give the Reds a 6-5 win over St. Louis. Cardinals started the day a half game up on Milwaukee in the Central. Pitch is down 2-2. Milwaukee on the road in Colorado, and they're trailing the Rockies 3-0 in the 6th inning with Milwaukee hitting. Two balls, 2 strikes. Little looper into right center field. That's going to drop, and Sean Rodriguez picks up a base hit. So Sean is aboard, and every spot in the Rays order has now reached base. Sean Rodriguez picking up his first hit of the night.
Well, he doesn't get all of it, but sometimes you don't need to. It's placement. This ball flared out into right center. Nobody there. A little 2-out hit here for Sean Rodriguez.
And that brings up Casey Kochman. Kochman has a good night going. He is 2 for 4, and he hit his 4th home run of the year in the 6th inning. He hit a slider off Wheeler and hit the foul pole down the right field line. Over to first, and Rodriguez is back in. Here's a look at the home run. Just the slider spinning out over the plate. And Kochman belted it out. Over to first. Rodriguez back in. So the Rays have a 3-run lead, and with 2 outs, Rodriguez at first. Casey takes a strike. Casey good at working the count. We've seen a lot of pitches tonight, including a 10-pitch at bat in the 4th inning. Sean back in at first. Pitch away. 1-1. Albers speeding up his delivery a little bit there, with Rodriguez getting a lead, maybe leaning a little bit, trying to get a good secondary lead.
Sometimes that can be the toughest thing for a pitcher, is to be able to maintain the integrity of your mechanics while keeping the runner close.
The pitch away again.
I mean, we talk often about dividing a pitcher's mind, getting them thinking about the runner over there. Sean Rodriguez, the Rays like to run. Boston has given up the 2nd most stolen bases in the American League. The Rays have taken full advantage of this team over the last couple of years with the stolen base. They want to extend the lead, so you got Albers out there worrying about Sean Rodriguez, forgetting about Casey Kochman. Then all of a sudden you get a little bit out of sync, out of rhythm, and you start to lose command. Now you're in a bad count.
A 2-1 count. And Kochman takes ball 3. So again, he's working a deep count and up 3-1. Kochman ready. Rays first baseman facing Matt Albers. And a step back. Well, with Albers paying attention to the runner at first and Kochman working a deep count.
He may have a better move to second base. That's about where he's going to be if he doesn't.
And ball 4, Kochman draws the walk. So up to second goes Rodriguez as Kochman draws the walk, and that was quite a face-off between Albers and Kochman.
Absolutely was, and Kochman wins. He always does.
7 walks drawn by the Rays tonight. And now Kelly Shoppach is due, but Matt Joyce will come on to pinch hit against him. So Joyce called upon to hit as the Rays trying to get whatever they can to carry into the 9th inning against this high potent offense of the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, Matt Joyce, look at this. I thought he was still out in Phoenix.
Arrived just in time to pinch hit in the 8th. And the pitch is a strike call. Matt not in the starting lineup tonight of Joe Madden with the left-hander Andrew Miller on the mound, but instead Sam Fuld, the left-handed hitter.
And look what he did.
Yeah. Again, a couple of hits, a run scored, a run batted in. Joyce pops it foul. That's going to be out of play. And the count is 0-2. Boston in the 9th due to have Saltalamacchia, Navarro, and Scudero. Bottom part of the order. Well, you just assume deal with that and forget about the top of the order until tomorrow. The 0-2. Joyce fouls it. A 9-6 ball game at the moment. The Rays try to add. This one bouncing away and back to the screen. Both runners now advance and are in scoring position. A wild pitch. So now all it would take would be a base hit to get a couple runs across.
Well, a 2-out breaking ball right here. Slider down and in. It's Saltalamacchia, who had done a nice job earlier in the game of getting in the proper position, keeping the ball in front of him. He tries to backhand that ball that actually is right out in front of him. If you don't come up with it cleanly, that's what's going to happen. You're going to put that ball right back to the screen.
Here's the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Joyce missed the fastball. That retires the side. Rays lead 2. We go to the 9th. 9-6 Tampa Bay.
And here is tonight's AutoWay text poll question, our final look. Who was the Rays MVP for the first half of the season? TB1, James Shields. TB2, Kyle Farnsworth. TB3, Matt Joyce. TB4, Casey Kochman. Text your vote 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. Did you notice how I stayed consistent with the read all the way through? Didn't speed up halfway through?
I'm always impressed by that.
Well, I think that's why Todd lost it. He had it the first time around.
Leading off here in the 9th inning against Kyle Farnsworth, Jared Saltalamacchia. The first pitch is too low, a ball to no strikes. Pitch is away, 2-0. Farnsworth came on and got the last out of the 8th, and now here's a strike to make it 2-1 in the 9th inning to Saltalamacchia leading off. And a high popper on the left side. Elliott Johnson out there from shortstop, and that's one away here in the 9th. Well, the leadoff man retired. Navarro due, but the Red Sox will pinch hit. Josh Reddick will come off the Boston bench to hit for Navarro. By the way, Jose Lobaton has taken over behind the plate for the Rays. Shopik has been lifted for the pinch hitter Matt Joyce. Pitch is high. A ball and no strikes. There's a strike. And it's 1-1.
Can you reinsert player? I mean, this is like Little League. Are we sure that's Josh Reddick or Andrew Miller?
They would not break the rules.
Well, I want to see. Look at and no close-ups with the camera.
Down and in. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, they're not giving it to you.
No.
No close-ups. There's no way but a miss. Do it too. You have a suspicious nature sometimes.
Well, I just looked up at the monitors. They showed him from the, third base camera, and I'm like, wait a minute, he started for them tonight. How's he back in the game?
Now the 2-2 down around his feet, boxed there by Lobaton. And it's a 3-2 count.
Not quite as tall, and he trimmed up a little bit. All right, thanks, guys.
So the count goes full here to the pinch hitter Reddick. And that's strike 3 call. Reddick caught looking. He gave up on the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. The 11th strikeout for Rays pitching tonight.
Now, this was just a cement mixing slider right there, Farnsworth. And as they threw the ball around the infield, it was funny. As Evan Longoria is tossing that ball back to Kyle Farnsworth, he was not happy with the execution of that pitch. He got the good result, but did not like the execution.
There's a strike to Scudero. 2 outs with the bases empty. Farnsworth trying to close this one out. And he pours a strike in there, 0-2. So the Rays 1 out, 1 strike away from moving to within 5 games of Boston. And a pop foul, that's going to be back and out of play. The count remains 2 strikes. This game saw 6 home runs hit. 4 by Boston and 2 by the Rays. The grand slam by Zobrist, the big blow for the Rays. 1-2 again upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Both starting pitchers, still the pitchers of record. Farnsworth delivers, and it's down a bit. Farnsworth down to 1 knee. And let's take a look at the aftermath of that delivery. Farnsworth says he's all right, but this looks anything but all right.
He just had his foot kind of come out from underneath him. He landed on his heel, so all of his weight on that heel, and as that part of the foot comes up from underneath you, you're going to go down.
2-2, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball toward left center field. That ball's pretty well hit. BJ's there though, and he makes the catch, and that ends this ball game. Scudero gave it a ride, but BJ got back there to make the grab. And the Rays take game 1 of this 3-game series. It's a 9-6 final. Price is going to get the victory. He's 9-7. Miller, the loser, 3-1, and Farnsworth picks up his 18th save of the year as BJ runs that one down. So the standings in the American League East. Boston now up by a game and a half, still over New York. The Yankees lost as well, and the Rays pick up ground in the American League East. They are 5 games back. Let's take a look at tonight's Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment, and it came early when Ben Zobrist connected for his 5th career Grand Slam, the first Grand Slam of the year for the Rays. A 2nd inning slam that gave the Rays a 5-1 lead, and they never relinquished that lead. The Rays win it 9-6, and right now Todd Callis is standing by with Ben Zobrist.
Dwayne, thanks. Ben, you guys wanted to get off to a good start playing the Red Sox. Good to get those early runs and kind of keep putting those runs on the board.
Definitely. We talked about it a lot yesterday and today about the offense here at home, especially just really wanting to get it going. It's nice to just keep putting runs on the board throughout the night.
There's no explanation, is there? I mean, he did get 8 right before the break, and you get 9 tonight. Maybe that curse of the dome is finally over.
Well, yeah, nobody really knows exactly what it is. The bottom line is we just have to go out there and keep pushing all game long. We got a couple runs early, but we kept it going throughout the night. They had a little comeback there, and Farnsworth shut the door at the end. So I think it was just a good night all the way around. It's a good win for us, but we definitely want to continue to put up runs, especially against a team like this.
Big blast for you, the 5th career Grand Slam home run. When you get a changeup, what's the key for you to be able to hit it that well?
Well, I definitely I didn't think that ball was going to go out when I hit it. I knew I hit it hard. It was just a ball in the middle of the plate. Fortunately, it went over his head. I knew it was going to be over his head, but I didn't think it was going to go out. So, I don't think you really think too much on those. You just swing at them if they're there, and if you get them, you're fortunate. So I was fortunate tonight.
You also had a bases-loaded walk for a total of 5 runs batted in. You mentioned yesterday that Joe had a little talk with the team, and it seemed like maybe a little bit towards the end of that first half before the break, some of the little things went away. Was that something that you saw again today with Sam Folt throwing out Pedroia with the good bunt that ended up little things where this team doing the little things right tonight that really paid off as well?
Well, yeah, staying in the moment I think is big. Joe talked about that a little bit yesterday too. Not thinking too much about what just happened in the game and not thinking too much about tomorrow. Just focusing on right now, win the game today, have a great at bat right now, focus on this pitch. And we did a good job of that tonight. Sam made a good play out there to kind of shut things down early. And like I said, we were able to get some early. So that's important for us as a team. Give our pitchers who have been pitching extremely well a little bit of a cushion.
All right, Ben, thanks for the time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Todd.
Ben Zobrist, guys, 5 RBIs, including that 5th career grand slam. Back to you.
Yeah, and the Rays with a big night at home, 9 runs on 11 hits, and they defeat the Boston Red Sox 9-5. Farnsworth closes it out to pick up his 18th save, and David Price worked the first 6 innings en route to his 9th win of the year. He is now 9-7. We'll be with you again on Monday when the Rays play host to the Yankees on Sun Sports in high definition at 6:30. Now for Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Rays are winners tonight, 9-6, and we will see you live on the postgame.